it's such a buzz thing at the moment, self-love. But I don't think people really, really delve deep into what it really is. It's become a bit of a fad. You know, people say, oh, self-love, oh, I'm going to have this. But most people don't practice it. And if they do practice it, not consistently. I am guilty of that. I can give you the best advice. But previously, I would definitely say I didn't live by my own advice. Something would come up and I'd say, oh, okay, I'll do that later. But actually, it's how you preserve yourself. It's how you're giving yourself time and permission to exhale, to reflect, to challenge yourself. I challenge myself in the mirror all the time, digging deep into that pit of your stomach, your soul, to really strip back the noise. And let me tell you, in this society, there's so much noise. But for self-love, the only noise I want to hear for myself and for you is the noise of championing you. I don't mind hearing those cheerleaders for me, for you. But how do we do that? I think as you get older, you can often feel guilty for giving yourself permission. And I must admit, I used to do that. I used to say, oh, I'm going to this. Oh, because I had to always try and justify it. Hell, you don't need to justify SHIT, mate. You just need to know it's justification enough to put yourself first. And I think definitely from a British perspective, it always makes, it feels a bit crass, isn't it? That's why I love the Americans. They will have self-love more than we do every day of the week and do not feel shame to say, I've gone out to the spa, I had a massage and I did this and I treated myself. This is good. Good. Shopping therapy, spa therapy. Self-love for me starts with 5:30 a.m. when the house is so quiet, no noise. And I start with meditation. But I end in a whole prayer of gratitude. Gratitude for me is the part of that self-love. What am I thankful for? What am I grateful for? And for meditation, it just sets me off of that peace, that really inner peace. And there's apps that you can use to help you. There used to be Liberate. I'm not even sure if they're still around. They were amazing because it was actually meditation for women of color. It was amazing. They would dig into some deep things and I used to thoroughly enjoy it. But there's a number of apps out there. Obviously, as well as MyCaroline has got one coming. So watch this space. Meditation for me sets me up for the rest of the day. You know they say like have a good breakfast and it can set you up for the day. That's what meditation. It's that nurturing of me. But the spa for me is one. It's because massage for me releases such toxins from my body. I like to go for a full body massage from top to bottom. And I always leave lighter. I leave lighter because my body has been detoxed. I feel relaxed. And when you're relaxed is when you can really absorb positive energy. I just feel like I'm on top of the world. But it's where I then can really reflect on me. It gives me that space to say, and it's when you exhale is when you really realize how busy our lives are and how very little we spend time on us. I also think a good one for self-love is a social media detox. I was saying to someone amazing by the name of Courtney that social media is the biggest thief of confidence. And that can damage the self-love we have for each other because it is the biggest platform of comparison. Self-love, there's no part for comparison. It's about you loving yourself for all your flaws, for all your positivity, for all what makes you great. So a social media detox is a must. I know some of you can't cope, so let's start with maybe a couple of hours a week and then build on it, Like there's a retreat that I'm going to try and you cannot have any phone, nothing for a week. I can hear the nervousness through the lens. People, it will be one of the best things you've done to just connect with yourself. And then grounding, becoming one with nature. I love to go for walks. I like to even walk in my garden barefoot and feel the grass beneath my feet. Now you guys might be saying to me, what a load of airy fairy toss. I don't know what it is. It just grounds you, that connection with nature. I love water. Water's my thing. I love just sitting in my house and hearing the rain and connecting with the beats. It makes its own music. It's amazing. I just feel more lighter. That connection with nature, hugging trees. You might have heard people say they hug trees and people think, well, they're going to be taken off to the unit. But honestly, again, that connection, that self-love of realizing the power of what nature has been through, that connection of a bark and how it's, you get trees that are 300 years old and has weathered the storms and all of that, but they're still standing strong through it all. That connection with nature is more powerful than you would ever know. I mean, I'm due to go on a monk's retreat. I cannot wait to have the quiet, to have the discipline, to put myself at the center of everything. Self-love for me is where I exhale. Self-love for me is where I feel light and it's my happy place. Self-love to me is so that I'm able to be around on my next chapter. Lighter, happier, skipping. Seriously, don't underestimate the power of love for yourself. Because if you don't love yourself, truly, you can't love another and others can't love you for who you really, really are. And that's where, once again, community, because you need to find a community that holds you to account. We often say, I keep Fridays. Fridays are my day. And I used to be bad at it because I had no one holding me to account. So if a meeting had come in, I'd be like, oh, I can do Friday because I'm not really doing anything on Friday. No, you are doing something on Friday. You've got an appointment with yourself. You hear me? An appointment with yourself. That is, other than God, I know for those of you who are not of a religious persuasion, but other than God, me, I am the most important person. Make yourself the priority that you deserve and do it guilty-free. That's the best bit, guilty-free. Because when you love yourself, you can go on to love others in abundance. So that community holds you to account. So continue to have self-love. Continue to make yourself a priority. And what must you do? Join the MyCaroline community. We will hold you to account. Love yourself. Love yourself. Love yourself. And feel guilt-free. So like, share our YouTube channel. Go to the box. You know the drill. Get the description and join our membership and community of amazing women who will support you on your journey of self-discovery and self-love. As you know, signing off as Caroline's daughter.